Hello and welcome to this practice exam conducted by the British American Resource Center. My name is Maruf and I'm your practice examiner. These questions have been designed to simulate the IELTS speaking test. So let's begin. What is your full name?
Hi, so my name is Luca Richter.
And what shall I call you?
You can just call me Luca.
At the beginning of the IELTS test, you'd be required to provide a passport or an ID. But as this is just a practice exam, you don't need to provide any ID or a passport. Now, in the first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Where is your hometown?
So my hometown is actually a little coastal town in South Africa called Plettenberg Bay.
Do you often visit your hometown?
Yes, I definitely visit my hometown often because I have a lot of family members that are still there.
Is there any historical place in your hometown?
Yes, the old rectory in Plettenberg Bay is where the priest used to live.
Okay. What is there for a foreigner to do or see in your hometown?
There's many things for a foreigner to do. Since it's a coastal town, things like surfing, whale watching, lying on the beach, those are all very popular. Then there's also skydiving for the more adventurous.
Okay. Has your hometown changed much since you were a child?
Oh yes, it has changed a lot. Many more buildings being built, shopping centers, left, right and center.
Is there good public transportation in your hometown?
The public transportation in my hometown is mainly for workers that have to be at work from 8 o'clock in the morning and then leave again at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's not a lot of public transportation that you can use during the day. You can use something like Uber, but it can become a bit costly.
Okay, this is the end of part 1. Let's move on to part 2. Now in this part, I'm going to give you a topic and you have to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. You can take notes if you wish. So here's the topic. You need to describe a photograph you like. You have 1 minute to take notes. So from now, your time begins.
Thank you. Okay, I can try.
Great. Remember, you have 1 or 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. So would you like to start now, please?
Yes. So in the photograph that I'm describing, there are 5 airplanes. So I was at an air show when I took this photo, and the 5 airplanes that are on this photo of mine is 3 crop sprayers. So people can see the varying sizes of the crop sprayers that were there. There was an RV, that's an aerobatic aeroplane. So on this day, they did a lot of aerobatic flying. They did tricks in the air, which was such a fun thing to see. The other one that was there is called an Atlas Angel. So the Atlas Angel is actually a military plane, an old military plane. And they used that to do skydiving drops. So on this day, this aeroplane was used specifically for this. And Also, in my photo, you can see many people standing around, so they could come and take a closer look at the aeroplanes. They then could enjoy the many food stalls that were there, so they could get some drinks, food, and then watch the show as it carried on. So that's what you can see in my photograph. It was also a sunrise. So it was the beginning of the day. The action was just starting, so you can feel the excitement building up.
Great. Thank you. This is the end of part 2. Let's move on to part 3, and I have several questions for you. How has sharing photographs changed since your grandparents' time?
It's changed quite a lot. So my grandparents took photos on film cameras that had to be developed in dark rooms. So it's been such a big development from then to now, where I can just click a button and I can see my images immediately in front of me.
Yeah. Should people share their photographs online?
Yes, definitely. It brings people closer. It brings people that you love and that you want to include in your moment. They can actually experience the time with you, even if they weren't there.
Do you think that nowadays people spend too much time taking photographs?
No, I think people need to take more photographs because it takes you back to that memories that would have otherwise been forgotten.
Okay. Have people become obsessed with taking selfies?
Yes, definitely. People take too many photos of just themselves rather than taking photos of their surroundings and the environment that they're in. And they're just so obsessed with seeing themselves. So I do agree with that, yes.
Right. How well do photographs capture special moments?
Oh, they can capture it so well, especially when the lighting is beautiful, like I described in my photo earlier as well with the sunrise. You can really capture that feeling that you had, the excitement that was created, even if it is a still photo.
Is it better to look at your photos on a screen or in albums in your view?
In my view, I would say on a screen because I travel a lot. So that's the only reason I would say in a screen, but it is nice to hold a photo album and go through it. But definitely for where I am right now, traveling, I will say on a screen.
My last question to you. When can an image be worth 1,000 words?
It can be worth 1,000 words when you can't really describe the feelings. You don't have words to describe the moment that you were in. And the best way to do that is through an image. And no amount of words will be able to describe what you felt. But showing that in an image, I think best describes it.
Thank you, Luca. Thanks for joining us. This is the end of the speaking test. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.